Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, where we are having a need for speed. We want to connect, or that is I want to connect Ankara over here on the west to Surat, all the way in the east. I'm going to do this with a high-speed train. The existing train infrastructure I'm going to leave as is. I don't really want to be messing with that too much. The thing that I want to do is set up a separate track for the Shinkansen, so for that fast train. It is a fairly straight line, and that means that the train should be able to get up to speed. Should. The one thing that I'm looking at is, do I need a specialized station for it? Do I need the Shinkansen to have a separate station? For example, starting close to 3rd Street, because it already ties into that tram, or just set up an additional station over there. And by doing that, I might be able to get the tracks a little easier than trying to get the trains to also go here and having the potential of having them wait. And I really don't like my trains having to wait. Especially something as expensive as the Shinkansen, because this thing runs at 47 million cost and 8 million operating cost per year. So it's going to be one big experiment to see if this thing will even be profitable. So let's go for a separate station. Passenger terminus, 1 track. I am sorry about your buildings, but they will be removed. Let's make it a 320 meter high-speed track. Done. Tracks. I'm going to go with a double track, and I need to be heading slightly west to Ankara. That 300 kilometer speed is important to me. I want to keep that. I also will go down a little bit. I'm going to tunnel underneath the other train. Yeah, I'm still on track to Ankara. No, game, you don't have to go up and up and up. Back to the surface is enough for now. Alright, continue. Nothing in the way. He said as he was about to deploy a tunnel. There's Ankara, all the way in the distance. Oh, I'm still underground. Partially. Partially. Okay, I want to go back up. Although I don't want to be interfering with that train. That already has a bit of a tunnel. I guess we're just gonna have to go deeper. New train. Alright, now passing underneath the other train line. Screw it, I'll just stay deep. Coming up to the surface for air for a little bit, and then immediately diving underneath the whole forest. And, this is actually quite good. I can tie it into this. That is quite nice. Can I do that with a terminus station? Let's see, can I move that thing around? Yes. Kind of. Yep. It mostly wants to connect here. Mostly. Let's see, can I configure that and add another passenger building here on the side? Yeah, I can do it on the side, but that's not really where I want it. Anyway, it is connected. That's the most important thing here. Can I set up a bigger building? Yeah. Okay, so it's immediately tied into the existing infrastructure of Ankara. That's good. Now I need to get this, or rather where it is currently, because I'm underneath the forest, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there I am. We're going to tie that in all the way here. 3 million. It's not cheap, But then again, the whole train won't be cheap. Okay, now, set up a depot. And let's see if the Shinkansen wants to run. We're going to start over here. And we're going to go all the way over there. This is the Shinkansen. Ankara to Surat. I'll take one. It has a good power rating. Means it can do 220 kilometers in 3 minutes. Or in 6,000 meters. Unfortunately, I don't know what the distance is between these two towns. The game doesn't tell me. Now, I want to go for a ride along with that train. I want to see if it actually gets up to that 300 kilometer speed. It feels very early, by the way, 1960, to have one of these. And I'm also very curious if this thing is going to run with profits or not. I was just trying to get the whole thing out of the depot. Here we go. It's on the straight. Speed, 70, 80, 90. 100 plus. 120. 150. 160. It's still here, it's underground. 180. There, just passed underneath the forest. 190. 205. Top speed is 220, right? Yeah. 217. And it starts to slow down. Okay, so it can get up to full speed. That's perfect. It can get up to full speed. I just need passengers willing to take that train. Which currently there really aren't any. How about the other side? It might be a very expensive train. For the passengers, that is. Oh god, please tell me that's connected. It's not connected! Oh, that's the problem. Of course there's nobody taking that train. Not if it's not connected. Great. I'm sorry, people. I need this thing to be connected. Because if it's not connected, people are not going to use it. Not at all. That's the west tram. Right, that's doing that line. Okay. And people can go from here to there, although it's a bit of a stretch. Let's make life a little easier. Manage line. That was stop number 1. So that means that after... Actually, before stop number 1. It's doing 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it should be doing 5, 6. And then going back to 1. So it's a bit weird, because I tacked on this station, but it should be working. Oh, I thought I had it connected. That was stupid. Oh, hello. Do you have designs on my train? Yes. Lower Surat. Well, they weren't kidding. It's actually a lot lower in the terrain as well. We got our first passengers for the Shinkansen. That might also start to spawn interest over here in Ankara. I think it might not be a lot. Not yet. But soon we might also start getting passengers over here. Where are you going, for example? Well, you dropped off some passengers. Hello, where are you going? Via Ankara tram. I think that's what he's saying. Oh, I thought it was going to go in. Yeah, he's going in. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so this seems to want to take a little bit of time to actually get connected, or to actually build passengers. Right now, it's going to cost me a lot of money. 6 million to be exact. And it travels every 10 minutes. There are some passengers on it. And it's speeding back to Ankara East, doing full speed. Where are you now, though? Where are you now, train 32? It's on the way to Ankara, so yeah, it can get up to that full speed of 220. There are 2 people waiting. Now, if I drop off 5 people, how much does that gain me? How expensive are these tickets? Because I imagine that this might be a bit of an expensive hobby, having one of these things run. $274,000 for 5 tickets. Holy shit. Okay. I find train tickets to be fairly expensive in the Netherlands, but this is something else. This is a whole different magnitude. Then again, I have seen the game charge people in the region of, I think, what was it? I once set up a line that flew rocks, so just stone, and it landed on the other side of the map. It gave me 2.5 million for 12 rocks, so 12 bunches of 12 pieces of stone. Okay, the Ankara passenger line is now making money. Passengers, although that's fairly obvious. Now, there were some other vehicles that I could get. Ah, we got a first electric. Doing 160. Nice. What's its power rating? 5100 kilowatts. As compared to... Whoa. Yeah, it's a 19 million train. I think I might just put one of those on. And add a lot more passenger cars. Do it. 155. When you go to Hangzhou, and on the other side there were what, 300 plus? 260. Yeah. Okay, so this one should have a lot more capacity at this point. It is also going to be quite a bit longer than the train station, but supposedly that doesn't impact anything. It doesn't impact how fast the train loads. Now, it will impact, not so much the train, but the improved cargo capacity. It will impact the amount of passengers that are waiting for this tram. Because this thing just vomited out almost 80 passengers. And I don't have the capacity to transport that many. Let's just double up the entire Hangzhou tram line. And hopefully that will make the passengers a little happier here. I just want you to turn around. Because otherwise they're going to just go to waste. This was the new train? Yeah, this is the new train. 168 passengers going in the opposite direction. And that's almost 2 million. 1.991. Taking on new passengers. 168. I wonder how much speed this thing can get up to. Because it is geared to do 120. Oh, right. The train can do 160. But my passenger cars can't. Now, passenger cars can only do 120. I don't like this bit. It's too slow. I originally set this up to be cargo, or to be transporting cargo from this train station to Hangzhou, but I'm not actually using it, and it's just costing me speed. So I might just go from here and start tunneling. And make sure that that train can maintain its speed. Right down we go. Not that way. And then we can hopefully connect it on here. Not losing out on too much speed. 160. Yeah, it doesn't even get to that. So that should be enough. Okay, what are you doing now? Now it's taking the other track. Bypassing the station altogether and speeding up significantly. The thing is, it's not exactly going on the other track at this rate. Which could be a problem. I kind of needed to switch over to the other side. Otherwise it might really cause interference with the other trains. And it's just refusing to do so. At the moment, that is. Can I make this a double slip instead? Construction not possible. Why not? Is it too close? Or it might... Oh, it might be too deep. That might be the problem. Might be too deep. Okay, is this going to help it? Yes, that's what I want. I want it to be on the right track. Again, literally. I want it to be on the right side of the tracks. Otherwise, it's going to run interference with all the other trains. It will slow down a little bit here. Slowing down from 175 potentially to... Oh, it's going to have to wait for another train. I'm going to have to wait for one of those other trains to clear a signal that's about here. Yeah, let's make it a one-way signal. That's the Quezon City. Jeez, you're making a lot of money. Actually, what is my most fortunate line at this point? Fuel. That's not exactly what I was expecting. It's fuel, it's Surat grain, and then Chennai to Shenyang. Those are the most profitable lines. I think the least profitable lines, yep, there she is the Shinkansen. However, there are actually a lot more passengers on this train now than I had expected. There's 160 capacity, but I'm using only 67. That Shinkansen might actually run profitable at some point. Why are you both using that terminal? That makes no sense. $35, $36, $37, $38, almost $40. See, sure enough, it's costing me money. But if I can supply Ankara and Surat with more of their demand items, they might actually be profitable. Boom! 3.6 million. There's only 24 going the other way. That's not a good sign. It's currently in Surat. Or just departed Surat. Maybe I need to set up a few more on the west line. Oh shit. They want to go via 3rd Street. This is 3rd Street. I think I need more trams. A lot more trams, to be exact. I'm only running one? What was I thinking? That's not nearly enough. This Shinkansen could be running full. And there's also people piling up over here in Surat. Now I get it. With there not really being any way to get people away from the tram, or yeah, away from the train, from the Shinkansen, they might actually not be interested in taking that particular train. Because it's going to take them a lot of time to actually get from the train station to where they want to go. Be it Surat or anywhere else. So this means that the Surat Shinkansen is not very popular. But with additional trams, that might change. Now, if I'm running old trams here, I will probably also be running old trams there. On the north-south. At least the north-south has a lot more of them. They're just exceptionally old. Let's just sell them all off. And start over with a couple of new ones. That's the road depot. Where's my tram depot? Here. Oh, that was Surat North. North-south. Uh-huh. 90 people waiting for the Shinkansen. See, sometimes it's not the train, it's the existing infrastructure that's feeding the train. And that right now seems to be the problem. 115. Here comes the Shinkansen with 87. 4.7 million. Now we're talking money. That's also going to once again put more strain on Ankara over here. Do we have any excessive buildups anywhere? Potentially the south line? The south tram? Because in the towns themselves, the 17th Street, this street, I'm not really seeing it. I'm not really seeing that much of a problem. So it's not that. Okay, time to supply Ankara with something else. Because they also need construction materials. And I have a construction materials combination here and there. So what I would need to do is transport from this station to, well, maybe this station, Ankara East. And start getting them construction materials to make this town bigger. Let's see. If I configure this station with a couple of additional platforms. First, high-speed tracks. Now, for now, by the way, this is the only Shinkansen that I'll be running. Because I don't really see any opportunity to go to Beijing or Changsha or whatever. They're too small. I don't think there's going to be enough demand. I could go to Jeddah, but it's too short of a hop. The train won't get up to full speed. Whereas right now it can do that 220. Because it can, well, let's say it can gallop. It can go in a straight line. Alright, cargo platform. No, not there. Here. Platform. Click. 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 And then I need to be going from here to, let's say here. I think I might just build another station on the other side of it to make it a little easier to tie that in. The thing is, I don't want to intrude on the Shinkansen line. Because any cargo line that I'll set up will not be nearly as fast as the Shinkansen. It might do 120 or 130, 140, something like that. But it will never be able to get up to the same speed as the Shinkansen. So it's time to just build this track on a slightly different angle. And see if I can tie it into that. There's also going to be a lot more demand for stone here. Right now this thing is doing 1, 2, 3. I want another train to do 1, 2 and just back. Or potentially dropping it off here. Can I still adjust this train station a bit? Hold up. Because ideally I wouldn't have these buildings over here. I would have a track over there. Like that. And then I have 2 platforms. Yeah, I have 2 terminals. I just need to make sure that it is now connected to the road. Otherwise we're going to have a bit of a problem here. Oh, and you cannot do that because there's no platform yet. That makes sense. Cargo buildings. Let's Make it a big one, because it's going to be a big station. I know it makes no sense, but whatever. Okay, so that's set. I know it might be more efficient to go to this train station, but there are quite a few trains running by here. And I don't want to be causing too much interference there. Cargo station. Doesn't need to be 320 meters long, though. Let's say just about there. Set up a road. Can just be a country road. Now it's tied in. Then we have the train going there. We're gonna have a second track. And that one's going north to here. And then I run into the road, I guess. Yeah, the road seems to be the issue here. Alright, and this one ties in here. Done. Right. There is still one problem. And that is that I can take stone from here to there, but I cannot take construction materials back. That's the most annoying factor, because you don't have cargo trains which can transport stuff in both directions. Let's see, what sort of options do I have cargo-wise? Here, these transport stone. And then the boxcars, no. The gondola, the flat cars, these transport construction materials. So I made a mistake. This train line shouldn't be going into this station. It should be heading north. It should be heading in the direction of that other station. There. And sure enough, I can share the track, but that means I have to double track it. Can I set up a bit of a track here? Yeah. Tie that in. Set up a cross. Yep, there it is. And then over here, I also want you to do that. One there, one... Come on. Are you gonna be like that again? Are you really? Yeah, no. Collision. Come on. It's colliding with that track because they're not exactly aligned side by side. That's the problem. So they should be exactly side by side. Then I can set up my cross. Or not even then. Nope, not even then. What the hell is going on? Train track from here to here. There we are. That's what I want. And then just remove this a little bit. And tie this in. Done. Okay, over here. We're going to be moving with one-way signals. One train runs from here to there. Cannot do it. Why not? Might be down to my one-way signals. Yeah, it's probably the one-way signals that are causing a problem. See, that's why I usually use two-way signals instead of the one-ways. Nope, still doesn't want to. What am I missing? It doesn't see it as a terminal because there's no platform. My bad, that had absolutely nothing to do with the signaling. Absolutely nothing, that was just my own stupidity. One way that way, one way that way. Done. Okay, you're going into the other terminal actually. That would be terminal 2-3. That one. Oh, you can't do that? You don't... He really doesn't want to. Now, come on, this is a track. Terminal 2-3 here. Just go to terminal 2. Be a good boy. And we are starting here. No, here. Yet stone line 2. And then another line that starts over here. Goes there. Ankara. Ankara construction materials. Now I still need a way to get it out of the station and onto the position where it's needed, which is here. This thing already covers some, but not nearly enough. How much can I upgrade this? Maybe just enough. There. So now I can drop it off where they need it, which is a pretty large area. Let's go with 2 truck stops, just to be sure. Let's do one here and one there. Start here. Go there. And go there. Ankara, construction, mats, supply. Okay, do you have a road depot? You do. And I can use the tarpaulins. I think this is the best choice at the moment. No, these ones. The Isuzu flatbats. 4 of those. After the autosave is done. That one. Okay, now it's train buying time. Let's set up a depot here. Just to make life a little easier train-wise, because sure enough, I could tie it into existing infrastructure, but it's just a lot of work. Okay, I need one powerful train. Could be a diesel. Or an electric. These things run expensive, though. Really expensive. I could consider just replacing this train. Just making sure that this train from... Actually, I'm gonna make it disappear. I am going to make this train disappear. The reason being, the other train here, this one, can deliver the stone. And then from here I can have a cargo stop, a truck station, take it into Novosibirsk. That's easier. It's less of a hassle. It's not even a long drive for them either. Novosibirsk construction. No longer from there, but from here. And ideally I would upgrade that road, but I'm not sure if the game is willing to play ball. That's a medium country road. No, it does not want to do a large country road. But I do. The game really doesn't want to do a medium country road. Come on. Don't be like that. There and north, and this one ties here. And now I should be able to set up my truck stop in the location where it was. No, I don't need trams. And actually I only need one platform, I think. That snaps back into place. Now I need a good train. Something that can transport a lot of stone. Because I'm now supplying not just one town, but 2. I'm supplying Novosibirsk, and I'm supplying Ankara. So let's go with something powerful, like that. Cargo. Well, as much of a stone haul as you can take. 216. Let's see if this is going to work. Jet a stone line. And then another train. And this one is going to be not that big. Ankara needs how many? 184. Yeah, that's quite a haul. The thing is, this is an expensive train, not just to buy, but also to run. So I kind of want to save on it if I can. But I also want to start moving away from these things because they're just... Well, they're quite powerful, but they're not as efficient, I think, as the electrics and the diesels. If I use this, and I want to be bringing construction materials... Let's say I want to be bringing 180. This is a mediocre power rating for 21 million. If I add the electric, it's going to be an excellent power rating for 32 million. If I add the diesel, it's going to be mediocre for 17 million. If I add 2 diesels, mediocre for 22 million. You know what? I have the cash. Done. Ankara construction materials. Okay, let it run. First should be the Tron station, really. The stone train. We're gonna see it disappear from here quickly and start up over here, hopefully. Because this line no longer exists. I hope that this thing is going to realize that I need a lot of stone very soon. You know what? This whole station can disappear. Because I'm not using any of these tracks anymore. Or, well, I am using the tracks, I'm just not using the station. There, set up. $36, $37. This is not going fast enough. Not nearly fast enough. I'm just transporting 46 out of a capacity of over 200. And I don't have enough signals here. This is just waiting there. Come on, stone mill. Speed up. Or stone quarry. This is not anywhere near what I want. I want this train to run full. At a capacity of 200. There we go. Now he's speeding up. This thing is going to be running with a massive deficit for the first years. 56 stone. Fortunately, these things at least are on a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 stone, 1 construction material. So that should make my life at least a little easier. We're transporting stuff from here. Yep. Now it's transporting 64. It's still not enough. Can I tie in another stone line? Not in the near vicinity. That's for sure. And this train is also going to be running very expensive because it's expected to pick up 180 construction materials and there's just 31 there. I might just do this with trucks. Because I'm not really trusting the whole train situation too much. So in the next episode, I'll look for upgrading this just to trucks. Because for some reason, the game is not figuring out that there should be a whole lot more being shipped. Anyway, that's all for now. A fairly long episode by my standards. Next time around, more stone, more transports, and to send you on your way, one last look at the Shinkansen. which is doing okay. It made me 15 million and cost me about 8. So that's a 7 million profit that year. And now it seems to be going down a little bit. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, then please consider becoming a patron. It really helps out my channel. Link down below in the description. And aside from that, I shall see you guys soon for more Transport Fever.